Good and Erev Shabbos, everyone. Wanted to share something with you, Parshas Vayishlach. Before I do, I want to tell you a 2020 story. 2020 story obviously means that everything that can and possibly could go wrong does go wrong. And where does that take me? It takes me to like a month ago where we get this tornado warning. Are you kidding me? A tornado warning? I mean, we had pandemic. We have, there was the killer bees thing they talked about. I mean, just crazy. Tornado warning. We're looking at it like, this is silly. Come on with tornado warning. But then we realize, we hear the wind gusting and we start realizing other people are taking this really seriously. We run downstairs. We take the kids, we go down into the basement. We have to get below ground. And the teenagers are like, whatever, this doesn't matter. And they're annoyed, right? Because it's really annoying to be on your computer in the basement with your family watching Netflix as opposed to being up in your room alone watching Netflix on your computer, because God forbid they should be together with us. Whatever. Jacob is freaking out. So we're like, okay, let's put on a family movie as this is happening to take his mind off it. So we put on, a classic, Airplane. It's one of these, 80s or late 70s, early 80s classics. You could Google what decade it's from. And they get into the airport and they see these Hare Krishna, those guys, with the bald heads, and they're wearing these toga robes or whatever they're wearing, and, and say, here, take this for blah, blah, blah. And Jacob's like, who are those people? What are they doing? And I said, well, they're some sort of cult, and they're trying to convince people, to follow their cult. He's like, why are they in airports? So I'll tell you, Rav Soloveitchik, believe it or not, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, in an address he gave, talked about this, and it might be written, and he said, I'll tell you why they're hanging out in airports, because airports are places that reflect vulnerability. Right? You're leaving somewhere, you're leaving someone you love, or maybe you're coming back to, from a great vacation or something, and then you're coming back to some really difficult challenge that you're dealing with. It's a place of transition. And people are highly vulnerable there. And they're dealing with their issues. They're on their top of mind, their problems, whatever. And these cult people are coming and saying, hey, I could take away all of your problems. Just engage, just believe, just here, take this, and it'll solve all of your issues, right? So that's what I said to Jacob. Now fast forward. Parshas Vayishlach. Yaakov on his way back. Transition. Vayivater Yaakov vado. Yaakov is alone. He's vulnerable. It's at night. He's ultra vulnerable. He's completely anxious over dealing with his brother who he's going to be reunited with, who wants to kill him, right? He's terrified. And all of a sudden, he's encountered by an individual, Vayavek Ishimo, not necessarily the Hare Krishnas from Airplane. And he struggles with the angel. And the angel realizes, and they struggle all night. And the angel realizes, I can't beat you. So he does something to try to, create some havoc within him, right? He gives him a limp. He dislocates his, lower extremity. And then it's just, okay, I got to go. Enough. We're struggling. And Yaakov says, don't give me a bracha. I'm not going to let you go after they give me a bracha. And the angel looks at him and says, oh, your name is Yaakov. He says, what's your name? He says, my name's Yaakov. Oh, your name's not Yaakov anymore. Your name is Yisrael. Ki sarita im Elohim v'im anashim atuchal, because you struggled with angels, with God himself, with people, and you may not have emerged victorious, but vatuchal, you're up to the struggle. You didn't give up. You didn't give in. You kept moving. You found God in the struggle. What the angel is telling Yaakov is a message not just for him, but it's a message for us for all times. What he's saying is, you have a really difficult life. Yaakov, look around. Every aspect of his life, every sphere of his life, there's conflict, there's complication, there are challenges, from his brother to his wives, to his children, to his father-in-law, even to his own parents. It's a mess. Yet, he's up for the challenge. He engages in the struggle. He's not looking for easy answers or easy ways out. He steps up and he finds God in the struggle. Says Rav Soloveitchik, going back, that's exactly the point of Judaism. We're not the Hare Krishna airplane people. We don't believe in that. We don't even believe in what some other religions might say or some other self-help movements about, here, do this, read this, or take this, accept this, and then all of your problems will go away. They'll all resolve or dissolve. No. You know what it means to be a Jew? It means to accept more problems. Does halacha solve all of our problems? Does it make life easier? No. Halacha, mitzvah observance, Jewish communal obligations, all that stuff, it complicates life. It makes life more challenging. But the point is, that's where God is found. God is found in the struggle. God is found in the challenge. And we just have to be up to the task. And all of us on some level, that's why Yaakov's name actually isn't a full name change, because we know he's referred to as Yaakov later on. And thereafter, we call him Yaakov, but we also call him interchangeably Yisrael. Because all of us are Yaakovs, men, women, children, whoever we are, we're Yaakovs. We have difficult lives. We have complicated lives. Nothing's black and white. There's a lot of gray. That's Yaakov. But we all have the ability to arise to the challenge and be Yisraels and actually engage in that struggle and find God in that struggle and find meaning in that struggle and have the wherewithal, the conviction, and the faith to move on and continue. And I think God knows we're being challenged. We've been challenged. Our faith has been challenged. And it's okay to say to God, Sarita im Elohim, say to God, why? How? And keep going. Don't give up. Don't let God off the hook, but God won't let you off the hook. Because that's what life is all about. And God willing, we'll figure new ways to connect. We'll figure new ways to figure out how to daven, and we've done it, right? In shul, outside, inside, at home, get our kids involved, get our teens involved, figure out what Hanukkah's going to look like, figure out, what the high holidays look like. Great, we did it. We found God in the struggle, and we will continue to do so. Why? Because we are Bnai Yisrael. Have an amazing Shabbos.